My dear child, each day is another opportunity for you to live your life a little less afraid. To choose yourself, to listen to your own heart and not what the world says. Don't let your struggles and difficult days plant fear in your heart, my friend. Don't let your misfortune tell you that you do not deserve anything else. Remember, if you dare to believe in yourself, new doors will open, and if you choose to carry on, the chances will come again. One day at a time, you just have to hang in there through it all and trust that when the right time comes, life will unfold itself in the best way. And as this season slowly unfolds, I know there will be things you might have to let go and people you may no longer be able to carry along. But even in this season of releasing and moving on, you are going to learn that the space in your heart is worthy of so much more. Of things and people who are meant to be yours, and even in the shadow of yours unknown, you are going to find that life. And in its own unique way is leading you to the places you truly belong. So, my child, know that you consciously choose to stop spending time with people that do not push their dreams and a purpose beyond themselves. Now you attracting people who think bigger, who puts meaning beyond their own sense of self. So you are going to make very deep connections with new souls who will support you on the pursuit of your dreams. And if they leave you feeling better than before you meet them, they are your soul family. How would the person you dream of being think, speak, and act? Words backwards from this image. Don't try to fit into the crowd, for the crowd is typically lost. And the inward journey can feel lonely at times, but it requires complete focus to consciously elevate your vibration. And when you deeply surrender to this new version of yourself, you will attract a new soul tribe of beautiful people who are ready to elevate their spirit and the world. So, my child, know that sometimes we don't get what we want because we are meant for things far greater than we would ever let ourselves believe. And sometimes we fail not because we are lost or interrupt or in some other way lacking, but because some deeper knowing inside of us is beginning to take a hold and some greater vision is beginning to take a shape. And instead of a life we can tolerate, we begin moving towards one we can't get enough of. Instead of a consolation prize, we start preparing for the victory lap. And instead of believing that we are not enough because we could not thrive within what was not meant for us, And we begin to realize that we are not meant to excel at a life that is not designed to make the most of who we most essentially are and what we most fundamentally love, what we are most inherently born to be. You are not behind for the ways in which life did not turn out the way you once wanted it to. So, the gap between where you are and where you most want to be will be filled by the person you became, and that is why we have dreams in the first place. Not so that we might arrive somewhere that is perfect, but that we will press up against the bounds that we think limit us and move beyond them. To see with crystalline clarity that we are limitless beyond even our own comprehension, that we are designed with the potential to fulfill what quietly inspires us and what motivates us, what interests us, what enlivens us, what awakens us in every sense. We don't only have to grow, we also have to learn. We have to confront our shadows and our demons. We have to know the ways in which we are inclined to self destruct. So we have to understand what we do not want life to be before we can grasp what we do. So, becoming the whole of who we are is not a matter of solely embodying the beautiful things in our hearts, but also befriending the hard ones. We reside always at the edge of everything, and all of the past behind us, and all of the potential in front, and all of the doorways around. The humbling, the losing, the stopping, the releasing, the slowing, the stillness is just trying to give us the eyes to see. My child, know that. Oftentimes, God will use your experience in life as stepping stones to prepare you for what He has in store next. Scripture tells us that He will even take the things that the enemy try to bring against you and actually it for your good. God is always leading us on a journey of preparation, and that is why it is so important to keep your eyes focused on Him and not your circumstances. You have to trust that when you are submitted to Him, even when you don't understand, He is ordering your steps. And if something is not happening on your timetable, remind yourself God knows exactly what He is doing and does not need my help. And He has my best interest at heart and is preparing me for something well beyond my imagination. While you are waiting, don't make the mistake of trying to figure everything out, as that will only frustrate you. And live by faith and not by sight. That is how you will make it through and see His goodness manifest in your life. Sometimes in life you cross paths with someone who instantly makes you feel calm, refreshed, alive, and wholesome. They encourage your dreams and celebrate your wins without an ounce of jealousy. They just want what is best for you and you for them, and there is not much more to it. They are warm and bright, loving and loyal, and you can't help but feel authentically happy in their presence, like the best version of yourself. So, my child, know that your life belongs to you, and it is not selfish to want your life to benefit you, and it is not selfish to ask, what am I getting out of this? And if the answer is not much, it is not selfish to walk away. It is amazing to be humble and empathic and understanding, but you are not a martyr. So you are allowed to be first on your priority list. Your life is something you create, not something you have to endure. Yes, you have to work hard to create the life you want, but it's better than living on autopilot, letting others people decide what your direction will be. I hope you step up to your life, that you realize that it is not selfish to want the best for yourself. It is not selfish to create a life that makes you happy, that is not waiting for validation from others. It is never selfish to build a loving, beautiful home within yourself. So, my child, know that. We may try to forget painful memories and move on, but it does not work. Our emotions don't just disappear because we refuse to feel them. The problem lives on deep inside us, affecting how we think, feel, behave, and relate to God, others, and ourselves in a ways that we may not realize. Common problems like insecurity, anxiety, depression, self condemnation, or chronic tiredness are often related to internalized stress and repressed emotions. But as the prophet Jeremiah pointed out, you can't heal a wound by saying it's not there, or in other words, you can't heal what you don't feel. Yet, if we are honest, how many of us try to do that? We don't want to remember painful memories, we don't want to cry or feel our hurts, so we deny them, distracting ourselves with work, entertainment, food, alcohol, or compulsive behaviors. But when we ignore and repress how we feel, it cuts us off from being able to experience God's love and healing grace in our lives. Emotions are a wonderful, essential, God created part of who we are. God uses emotions to draw us to Him, reveal our need for Him, and meet our needs through His presence and through the people in our lives. When we repress our emotions, we cut God off from accessing and ministering to the places where we need Him and the most, and we miss out on experiencing His comfort and strength in our weakness. We became self reliant instead of relying on God. My child, know that God has a plan for your deliverance way before the problem appears in your life, and He is not surprised when the enemy attacks. He is not in heaven packing back and forth, scratching his head trying to figure out what to do. Your job is not to worry, become anxious, or lose sleep over something that has already been. Figure out your job is keep your eyes set on him, meditating on his word and his individual promises to you, and praising and worshipping him for the manifestation of his solution. My child, know that everything that is meant for you will feel like a deep exhale and as though you are returning home to a place you forget existed. We so often earn and want for the things that help us escape who we are, but the things that are actually meant for us, the ones that arrive and stay, they make us feel a sense of steady calm. And we do not need to be swept off our feet but grounded through them, and in the moment is where love really exists. In the moment is the only place we can come alive. Everything that is truly right for you will make you feel at ease. Everything that is truly right for you will seem so simple, so obvious, so comfortable. Everything that is truly right for you will choose you as quickly as you choose it. Everything that is truly right for you will happen serendipitously and spontaneously. It will come to you when you expect it and when you don't, as both a surprise and a certainty, and it will seem like such an obvious fact of your life and yet entirely new all at once. And the truth is that we often come to believe that the things that are most right for us are the ones that give us the biggest emotions, and that is a mistake. The things that are truly right for us give us the deepest emotions. Love is a pervasive, steady presence, not a heart pumping dash of lust. Destiny is a subtle coincidence. It makes you stop and say, well, is not it funny how that work out? The truth is that the things that are most right for us are also the easiest to miss because they are often subtle at first. Little things became big things over time. We just have to give them a chance. We just have to stay the course. We just have to realize that life will magnetize to us and what is meant to be ours. So, my child, know that we create scenarios and stuff that does not matter or does not even exist. The truth is, we can't even with these battles. The only way to win is to lose. We have to surrender and allow ourselves to be who we are, the way we are, without judging ourselves and without judging others. Joy and happiness lies in simplicity, in accepting and surrendering to the divine. Surrender, flow, and enjoy being present. It's only you against yourself. All you have ever experienced is your own energy, and there is no opposing force. You generate the illusion of an opposing force. Everything is subjective to you, everything responds to you because it's your reality, and there are no limitations except the ones you choose to project. So stop getting in your own way. Fall in love with you, reparent yourself, create a divine relationship between the masculine and feminine within. Romance your life, fall in love with it, then open your heart to welcome a being who will enhance the heaven on earth you have created. This will attract a relationship where two whole beings meet and add to one another's lives. They help one another grow and protect one another's peace. Because not only do they know what it took to create that vibe for themselves, but they deeply honor that their partner created a heaven within themselves too. You deserve this type of love that one feels like your divine sanctuary in this wild world. So, my child, know that we always tell ourselves that people we love will be around forever until one day they are not anymore. And I know you are missing them right now, that it feels like a visceral act deep within a part of yourself you did not know existed until the day you lost them. So today I hope you remember that they live on within you, not just in your heart, but in the way you infuse their care and kindness into everything you do. In the way you take risk knowing that tomorrow is not promised, in the way you so courageously stay open to new possibilities even when you feel like you simply can't keep going, in the way you continue to love so fiercely and purely despite knowing the terror and grief of loss. And I hope you remember that even when you lose someone you love, the love you share lives on. Their love is always with you, and they are still with you. So, my child, know that love is not just about the beautiful moments, the roses, the sweet kisses, and the laughter that fills the air. It is not always those cozy late night talks that leave you smiling. Love is not always a picture perfect movie scene. Sometimes it is a heart wrenching drama that leaves you shattered, and sometimes love feels like watching your heart shatter into pieces. There are moments when love feels like tears and attack. It's those moments when you are on the edge of falling apart, and when tears flow freely and you are desperately wishing they would stay. And it is clinging to the hope that they would not walk away, that they would not let you drown in the emptiness that is left behind. And then there are those nights, the ones where the world is still and the clock strikes 3 in the morning and the tears come and with them questions that haunt your mind. You wonder why you were not enough, what someone else had that you lacked. It is an act that feels like a weight in your chest. Love is not always a grand love story, sometimes it is a painful tragedy. It's like watching a storm brew, feeling the thunder and lightning in your heart. It is yearning for someone who is no longer yours, yet separately needing their presence. You see, love is not just about happiness, sometimes it is about agony. It's about learning that love has a darker side, one that can shatter you into fragments. It is like learning that not all endings are happy, not all stories are fairy tales, love is not always romantic, sometimes it is a storm that sweeps through your life, leaving devastation in its wake. My child, know that. The second you align your vibration with that of ecstasy, your physical reality has no choice but to mirror the same. The universe, like a mirror, does not possess a mind of its own and therefore cannot contradict you or refuse to reflect your state of being. It simply reflects back to you that which you project. It is nothing more than a reflection of your own inner state, and it's a reflection of what you put there, nothing more and nothing less vibration. To truly experience satisfaction, stop chasing it. The chase is the problem, and the constant wanting more or different. The picture you have in your head that you think will finally bring you satisfaction, that is the problem. Allow yourself to be satisfied with just being alive and be satisfied helping another, encouraging, trusting God, all in your control, happening now, all for your satisfaction. And what is supposed to happen will. Life changes constantly and let it flow satisfied with you and with now. Maybe there is a reason you are exactly where you are. Maybe there is a reason you are dealing with certain difficult person, and maybe someone needs to see your faith and your surrender. When you are always looking forward to where you want to be, you miss out on what God has for you in today, and trials are bearable knowing God has purpose for you in the situation. And maybe life is not ideal, but there is good in everything. Not a moment of your life is wasted when you trust in God's plan. So, dear someone, can you tell I am falling apart? Can you tell I carry a broken heart inside the chest of mine? Can you see all the light drain from my eyes? And can you hear my heartbeat racing? Can you see behind my tired eyes and fake smiles? Can you see all the tears I have cried onto my pillow at night? And can you read my mind and see the instructive thoughts that unreveal me? Can you see the ghost from my past that continues to haunt me? Can you see I'm barely holding on by a single thread? And can you see that I'm just like everyone else but more terrified than all the rest? Can't you see me slowly losing it? No one see all the dreams I dream being crushed into a million pieces to the strangers and I pass on the street. Can you see right through me? So, my child, know that. And when they had ordained them elders in every church and had prayer with fasting, they commanded them to the Lord, on whom they believed. And after they had passed throughout Pisidia, they come to Pamphylia, and when they had preached the word in Perga, they went down into Italia and then sailed to Antioch. from whence they had been recommended to the grace of God for the work which they fulfilled. And when they were come and had gathered the church together, they rehearsed all that God had done with them, and how he had opened the door of faith unto the Gentiles, and there they abode long time with the disciples. Type yes if you have faith and trust in God.